This is Ralph Brandt from the Fireside. I did a video a few weeks ago and I posted it, and when I did, I realized that there was another section to saving money on a electric bill that I didn't cover. In Pennsylvania, we're allowed to choose our electrical providers. Most of us think that our electrical provider here in York is Med-Ed. In some areas around us, it's Adams Electric, I believe, is the other one. Pennsylvania set up a system where you don't buy your electricity from Med-Ed. You pay Med-Ed to deliver your electricity to you. You buy it from someone else. In my case, I'm buying it from Constellation Energy, and I do want to mention here very clearly that is not, repeat, not an endorsement of them. The reason it's not is because what's good for me may not be good for you. I'll talk about that as we go on, but I sort of wanted to set that up as a ground rule. They may be the best for you, they may not. A smart and wise shopper will shop for electricity the same way they shop for anything else. I'm going to walk through the way to do this. There is a website called Electricity Choice. I'll put the URL on the screen. Go to that website. Then put in your zip code. It varies depending on zip code, what suppliers will work with you. You'll come up to a screen that says compare rates. Okay. That's a good thing. And in my case, at the top, it says York, PA electric rates. There are three that they kind of accent in this case. The first one says the most popular. The second one says best long term. And the third says best green. Okay, let me give you kind of a rundown on those. The most popular right now is something with Direct Energy for 9.39 cents a kilowatt hour with an 18-month plan. Now, if I pay 1/10 of a cent more per kilowatt hour, I can get the best long term, which is Constellation Energy, at 9.49 cents. However, its term is twice as long, 36 months. So for 1/10 of a cent more a kilowatt hour, I can lock my rate for another 18 months. I want you to understand that the rate has gone up a couple of cents in the last 2 years. At the last time that I took a copy of a bill, that rate was 6.9 cents. It's now 9.4. So is it going to continue to go up? That's the question. With restricting energy production, as has been done in the last year, I do not see the rate going in any direction but up, and maybe even steeper than what it has gone up. Then there's the Best Green by Verdi Energy USA. You can buy green energy, whatever that means, and I'm not sure, at a rate of 10.29 cents. And that's only locked in for 24 months. So here's kind of a comparison. If I go with Direct Energy for the next 18 months, I am going to save 1/10 of a cent per kilowatt hour. In that time period, the average home user will use 18,000 kilowatt hours. I personally am betting it's going to go up more than that. So I'm with Constellation. One comment here, neither most popular, Direct Energy, and Best Green, Verdi Energy, do not have a cancellation fee. And that's an important thing to look for. My plan that I'm using, Constellation, has a cancellation fee of $150 if I cancel early. Since I have no plans to cancel early, the only ones would be if I could find a cheaper solution. I looked through the list and didn't see any variable rate ones, but those are kind of a potential disaster. And if you're on one, oh boy. The reason is they're billed at the current rate that supplier buys its electricity. And by the way, most of these do not make their own electricity, they buy it. Now, Constellation I have checked out, some of the others I haven't. They produce a lot of their own energy. They spot buy from other places. That is, when they're short, they will buy from someone else. They're not quite as much affected by the spot price as the company that's buying most of their electricity on the spot market. Let's look at the impact of green energy. The green energy bill is 0.8 of a cent more a kilowatt hour for a family using 1,000 kilowatts a month. Alexa, what is 18,000 times 0.008?
18,000 times 0.008 is 144.
So there is a cost to green energy. Put another way, it costs greenbacks. But you can save some money by doing this, particularly by locking in so that you are not as impacted by the rate increase. I looked down at some of the other plans, and of course they're the ones here, and then they start at about 10 cents a kilowatt and go up. You can save not a lot of money, but you can save some money by doing this. Unfortunately, the home user that I've talked about, the hypothetical one at 1,000 kilowatts a month, is probably low. My usage is about 600, but I'm a very astute user. A 1,000 kilowatt hour bill a month would be approximately 16 cents times 1,000, or $160. If your bill is above that, your usage is most likely above that. So take a look, pull up your bill. You may want to look at my other video that talks about this and see what you can do. I'm probably going to do another one on gas, natural gas, and we'll see what happens there. Best to you. This is Ralph Brandt from the Fireside.